I want to plead with the Very Dark Man to please tread with caution. I also want to use this video to request his services. Somebody has taken my almost 9 million naira, and the person stays in Nigeria. I want to make a video to report that person to Very Dark Man. So I don't have his contact. Anybody who's going to watch this video or watching, do me a favor. If you have his contact, how I can reach him, I need to report this man that have eaten my money, 9 million naira. It stays in Lagos. I need his contact. I'm telling him the truth doesn't make me my enemy. If I see where I did wrong, he can also condemn me. But we shouldn't be enemies. So, Very Dark Man, I need your services. You are doing very well in terms of how you collect money from people, for people. So he should help me. Somebody in Nigeria has scammed me. They are trying to scam me. I am losing about 9 million naira. And I need that money to be paid back. So somebody who knows Very Dark Man's contact, do me a favor, get me that particular information about him. Let him come to my rescue to save me from this man who want to eat me raw. 9 million is not penny. 9 million is not a small money. So I need Very Dark Man services to redeem me, deliver me from this guy. Share this video, tag him for me. I need his services so that I can talk about this man. I'm going to make another video talking about what this guy did to me so that Very Dark Man can come to my rescue and deliver me from this guy who want to eat my 9 million naira. That's another case too in America here. My own brother, somebody, two of my brothers, somebody also scammed him $70,000. $70,000. I also need Very Dark Man advice on how to go about it. This one happened in America here. I don't know if he can help us to recover this money. $70,000. I'm telling you, I'm not joking. I'm telling you something that happened live and direct. So if you know how to contact Very Dark Man for me, I've checked, I can't find his number. If it is email or phone number, preferably, please send to me. God bless you. I remain Joe Vika. Please share this video until it gets to Very Dark Man.
Let me advise you. Before you join people to fight another person, be careful to know that you are not fighting only that person. There are people that are eating because of that person. Don't just join others to fight somebody. Don't just join others because they talk about somebody and lied what you have not confirmed. You are not just fighting one person.
Today,
you are fighting
Very Dark Man and Nedu Wazobia, or Very Dark Man Nedu Wazobia and others. Let me put it that way. Also, you can see how Very Dark Man decided to fight his battle and he chose whom to fight. So he is not fighting any other person. He's fighting Nedu, while Nedu is also defending himself by his action and inaction. So personally, I don't feel comfortable discussing people because sometimes you'll be seen as if you are attacking personalities. So it makes me not to talk about people, but I can give advice. For instance, when I gave advice to JPAC, first of all, I called him privately. Don't respond to Ogechi when the battle started, when they started the issue of that saga. I said, Ogechi, please, JPAC, don't respond. He ignored my private call. Consistently, I put up to him. Don't respond. Because why I say so, Ogechi is professional when it has to do with saga. And she's fight dirty. It's not, I don't know, you can't stop her when she starts. Because trying to stop her is like putting fuel inside fire. So JPAC ignored my call and started reporting it. The whole thing escalated. When the thing don't escalate, I come back, bash him, say, you want saga, you see him, you go see him. People say they support Ogechi. I don't support anybody. Until when time came to, I can't tell Ogechi, he don't do. He would overdo this thing. I'm happy to see some video where Ogechi apologized to that woman wearing in their sword. Now, today I want to talk about Very Dark Man and Nedu saga. I've watched a couple of videos. I don't watch so plenty videos. So I want to talk about this page. I don't really want this page to be something to attack personality. My own blogging is on government, goodness of our people, more especially my Igbo people, and general well-being of people. So that's what this page is dedicated to. But today, I want to use it to address Nedu, Very Dark Man and Nedu, based on what is going on. What I'm saying is that I don't have any personal grudges against Very Dark Man. I'm not jealous of him. He's a young man that is doing very well for himself. Father, if he asked me today people like him can be given opportunity to govern Nigeria. That is my own personal perspective. But with action between him and Chinedu, VeryDarkman has a lot of way to go before he can be seen the way people see him. Number one, it was day one that made a statement that attracted VeryDarkman's reaction. But before that reaction, VeryDarkman has seen Nedu as a target to bring down. And that is very wrong for somebody who believes in building up humanity, somebody who promotes good governance, somebody who is an activist. I don't know why you should have a calculated plan to bring Nedu down. Why? Why do I say so? Let me give you my analysis. He said Nedu has invited him. He refused to go. In other words, he knows his personal reason. He don't have special interest or he doesn't like Nedu for any reason best known to him. Because I don't see why you should reject an invitation for podcast. That podcast has been a very good podcast I've always enjoyed. It was that podcast we saw Ebe Damina. Because it's so VeryDarkman now was castigating that Honest Punch podcast, saying that that anybody who comes there, they use him. They must have take advantage of him. They want to tell me that they took advantage of Ebe Damina. They took advantage of 5 minutes man. What do you call it? Money orgasm. They took advantage of him. They even paid the man to come. They paid his flight. Where did they take advantage of him? They paid his flight, going and coming. Now, so many people. Stephen Akintayo was there in that channel. He's one of my friends. He was in that podcast. Did they take advantage of him? Kanayo was there. Did they take advantage of them? Why would VeryDarkman just come and say this particular podcast take advantage of people that come there? That is a statement that is gearing towards running down a firm, a global firm, which is against what he stands for. He stands for making people to stand, good governance, people to be well. This is a podcast that have taken test of the time. He shouldn't come and do anything to run them down. And tell you the gospel truth. I'm very fair in my judgment. So he started nothing an ambition to bring Nedu down for any reason. That was why he rejected the offer. That was why he was recording every conversation, recording every movement he made with Nedu. Now, when Nedu invited him, he said no. I'm going to talk to Nedu where he got it wrong. I'm also going to I'm talking to VeryDarkman where didn't do well. I don't see what you will gain by bringing Nedu down. So when this day one made that statement that VeryDarkman is into man, he did not face the person that said it. He faced Nedu and that particular organization he represents. That's not fair. He first of all made a video that Nedu, if my lawyer calls me again, I will expose you. I doubt if there was any other call made by the lawyer that started making him to start exposing Nedu, all the conversation, and people started calling him and making some report against Nedu. He now used to use against to the point and learned Nedu was fired or he was he resigned. Some reports said he got fired. Some say he resigned. Now many people will not like this particular aspect, but I'm telling you the truth. He didn't do well by attacking Nedu. This is somebody that is already standing tall. There are many people who are struggling to stand tall in Nigeria. Anyone that is standing don't need to bring down. So long as you are not standing with people's wealth, like politicians who are already standing tall. These are the people, if you must bring anybody down in Nigeria, let us face the politician to bring him down. Not person who worked himself very hard to stand tall in the society. That's nothing you will gain by bringing such person down. But if you bring a politician down, you have anything to gain. Because these are the people that are sitting on our commonwealth. They never worked and labored for it. Rather, they bribe themselves into fame, into money. So if you bring any politician down, you are a hero. Bringing an individual who worked himself into stardom, you are just wasting energy. That is my own judgment. So that was why he capitalized on that particular podcast that was used, anchored by Nedu, and brought Nedu down, thinking or planning to bring Nedu down. But for me, nobody can bring anybody down when God has brought you up, except you bring yourself down. So Edu got relieved of his position, or got fired, or he resigned from that position. And VeryDarkman is happy. Why? White man who refused to go for podcasts, because what would he have done? Immediately that guy did that podcast, you respond to them by going to podcast, because he doesn't want them to have viewers, because he has always stood against them having viewers. That's why they have the rubbish podcast, so that they can have. You want not immediately day one did that. You go and make a podcast with this group to debunk that rumor or debunk that accusation, or you go legally against day one. He didn't do all that. He only faced Nedu. So that's what I'm telling you. Is he fought his battle in a wrong way. Two things they are done. Sue them for defamation, mainly day one, or using that platform to sue them. They will pay you damages than to running them on social media. Or you go to that podcast to debunk the news, or use your own platform to debunk the news, which will still go viral like that one. And you have settled the matter. You move on. There are many things to save your energy for. There are many battles to fight than to start fighting your own brother. All of us in the social space, all of us are always struggling to meet up. Please help me share this video. Let it get VeryDarkman. I'm advising him as a father, as a brother, as a senior in any level. He should please. Yes, he's more influential than me on social media. I respect him for that, no matter his age. But he should have this advice to him. It's going to help him. There is no need spending your energy fighting individuals who worked hard for themselves to be in stardom. You don't get anything to do that. That's so. This is things I want to marshal out about VeryDarkman, where he did wrong. I'm not comfortable with those aspects. Now, coming back to Nedu aspect, Nedu was the one who's telling them whom they knock and who they never knock. And I begin to wonder. It is possible that Nedu said those things because many men do it. Men see it as an adventure for knocking women. They also see it as an achievement when they share it with their fellow men. More especially whenever they find themselves in beer parlor or drinking. When there is nothing to talk about, they start going to, nah, you see that girl? Nah, she's the poor water shege. Nah, I just enter and piam, brrr, everywhere begin flow. What do they gain in doing that? I don't know. There is every tendency Nedu may have knocked that girl. There's every tendency true that Nedu is told VeryDarkman. I don't have the doubt. But my problem, VeryDarkman, if he wanted to deal with Nedu, why mentioning the person he mentioned? He wouldn't have done that. All I said, Nedu, remember all the people you told me he knocked? Because of some personal reason, I will not mention their name. You would have stopped at that point. But you went ahead and mentioned the girl. You also trying to bring another person down. The girl started crying. You invited her to come and maybe defend herself. All those things wouldn't have been, had it been you fought your battle in the right way. Now I try to engage other people to bring people down by so trying to fight Nedu. So Nedu got it wrong by telling him those things. If he did, allegedly. He did wrong. But at the same time, having told this thing, Nedu shouldn't have resigned if he resigned by himself because of that particular gossip. He shouldn't have. No way. Go nowhere. You stay there. Fight your battle. If you want to leave the honest punch, all you need to do is that in your own time, you plan and leave. You only quit when somebody who runs away from battle may not be strong to fight any battle tomorrow. I know he didn't fight, he just ran away. So there are battles you need to fight. When it becomes severe, he can run. So that he can live to fight again. But this matter, he never stood his ground. He just chicken out. And that is not very good for Nedu. You don't leave your source of income because of unnecessary pressure. It is a very wrong way in financial management. It is my way, one of my financial policy I stated out. You don't chicken out from where you have been fed, your source of income, because of attack, gossip, or whatever, except the organization got you fired. So Nedu did wrong by leaving his job. Or if they fire him, they also did wrong by firing Nedu at this critical time. This is the time to stand by him. Maybe at the end of the battle, they can say, well, quietly leave. So Nedu didn't do well there. Two things I condemn Nedu. Number one, he didn't do well by resigning, or no, he didn't do well by telling VeryDarkman those things if he did. Then, VeryDarkman, it is also wrong to share some things people told you in confidence because you're having problem with those people. It shows that you don't have integrity. There are people, whatever happens between two of you, I've done things with people. They end up, for there was an incident that happened between me and someone. She started using some certain personal information about me against me. I felt so bad. I regretted discussing something with the person. But do you know what? There is a very sensitive something I know about her. And I believe it is only me and her knows that thing. And she knows I know about it. At that time, she was revealing some certain secret about me. I would have just opened up and tell people about that particular thing. But I refused. I said, no. That is an integrity. So anyone who reveals some secret that you guys shared when you were together and reveal it because of that misunderstanding can never be trusted with a very serious information. Mark me. So VeryDarkman didn't show integrity in that area, even as much as Nedu didn't do well by sharing that. Finally, on this particular analysis, Nedu, remember, you have already gotten a name. That's why I thank some people who came to also encourage Nedu at this critical time, because it is a very wrong time for him. You need to see bad news. I thank Oga Apoki, Dr. Apoki, who came and shared his own story where Nedu treated them well. Honest Point treated him well. I thank Mamo Oka, who came that the level he found herself, that Nedu contributed. So it's not as if that everything about Nedu is evil. There are people who are fed from Nedu. There are people who have a reason to fed from Nedu. So bringing that person down, you are bringing other people who are standing by him, or standing with him, or standing through him. You are simply attacking those people indirectly. To end this broadcast, I want to plead with the VeryDarkman to please tread with caution.